So a lot of people ask me what camera they should buy, and they'll have a budget of say maybe $300, $500 or whatever, and they'll ask, what's the best camera for me? And obviously this is a very, very personal question. It really depends on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to shoot, what your goals are for photography. If you're trying to make it a business, it'd be this camera, but then if it's just for hobbies, it'd be this other camera. So like it really, really depends. However, if your budget is fairly low, like say $300, I honestly recommend getting something other than a camera, like a normal DSLR. I actually recommend getting some lenses for your phone. And the brand I recommend is Moment, because they make some really, really nice glass. So today I wanted to take a look at the Moment 58mm as well as the Moment Wide and kind of compare them, give you some photo samples, as well as talk about build quality, how I've been able to use them, things like that. And huge thanks to Moment for sending these lenses out for me to review. So taking a look at both lenses together, we see some fairly consistent design as well as quality. Both lenses are extremely well designed, and they're made out of metal and glass, and so they have a very nice heft to them. As far as optics go, both of these lenses are absolutely fantastic. They're extremely sharp, and I don't see any kind of degradation of quality when putting these in front of my iPhone's lens. So now let's look at these lenses individually. So first let's start with the 58, because that's my personal favorite between these two. The anamorphic is my most favorite, but between these two, I definitely tend to go for the 58 much more than the wide. And the reason for this is that I just like the added compression that the 58 provides. It's not anything to write home about as far as compression goes, because it is a super tiny sensor, and you're not going to get like insanely shallow depth of field just from using this lens like you would on maybe a DSLR. But it does add a little bit more compression that I like in my photos. Here's a few photos that I've shot with the 58, and this one in particular is my favorite. It's my favorite portrait that I've shot on iPhone or any smartphone, really. I really like how it turned out. Yeah, this lens is really, really nice. So now moving on to the wide lens. Again, it's a very, very nice lens. I don't use it as much, like I mentioned earlier. The 58 is kind of my preferred lens, but it's nothing against this lens, just, the focal length is kind of why I switched to the 58 a lot more than the wide, but the wide is fantastic. It's definitely convenient to be able to get a little bit more into the photo, if the current, wide angle lens on your phone is just not cutting it. And so this one is definitely fantastic, and here are some photo samples. One thing I really like about the Moment lenses is that they come with a little bit of like a carrying bag or like a way to store them, which I really like, and is a nice little attention to detail. A lot of lenses will come and they don't have any way to store them. It's just like the original packaging or a plastic bag or something like that. So I definitely like that Moment ships their lenses with a little bit of the sack that you can put it in. So all in all, I really like these Moment lenses. I highly recommend them if you're looking to up your photography game, or if you just want to add to your photography arsenal. Like for me, I do have a full-on DSLR and nice lenses and all that, but it's definitely nice and convenient to have, a Moment lens in my pocket as well as my phone, so that if I do want to shoot something and I don't have my big camera that's kind of big to lug around, I can just pop on a Moment lens and get to shooting and have either a wider view or a more telephoto view, or even something anamorphic, which is typically the lens I have in my pocket at all times. So yeah, I highly recommend Moment lenses. If you do decide to pick up some Moment gear, please check out the link in the description. It's an affiliate link, so if you buy through that, it helps support the channel, and so that's very much appreciated if you do decide to pick up some Moment gear. Well, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please hit that thumbs up button. If you enjoy cinematic filmmaking and photography videos, definitely hit that subscribe button and pop that bell. Thanks, and I'll see y'all later.